Hey everyone, in this mini lecture we're going to be multiplying binomial times binomial. So again, two terms times another polynomial that has two terms. To do this, we'll use a method called the FOIL method, F-O-I-L. So what is F-O-I-L? To start out with, it's F is for first, O is for outer, I is for inner, and L is for last. First, outer, inner, last. Let's say we have this binomial, we'll call it A plus B, and it's being multiplied times another binomial, we'll call it C plus D. So first means we multiply the first two terms in each binomial. We go ahead and do that multiplication. You will get A times C is AC. The O is the outer. That means to do the two outer terms, the A and the D in the binomials. So positive A times positive D is AD. And then we have the inner, the two innermost terms, the B times the C. And then lastly, the L is the last two terms that you haven't multiplied. Positive B times positive D is positive BD. All right, so when you use the FOIL method, most likely this right here is just a diagram to show you how to use the FOIL method, but most likely these two terms will be like terms, and you're going to have to either add or subtract them, combine them, we should say, and then that'll be it. You'll have completed the FOIL method. So let's go ahead and try an example. Let's say they give you x plus 5 times x minus 2. So I look at this and I see a binomial, right? X plus 5, that's two terms, times another binomial, x minus 2, two more terms. I know it's multiplication because I don't see a plus or minus there, so therefore I know it's a multiplication. So this is x plus 5 times x minus 2, a binomial times a binomial. So let's go ahead and implement the FOIL method. So we're going to do first, outer, inner, last. So first is x times x is x squared. So what you need to recall are your properties of exponents, right? The product rule for exponents says when you multiply the same base, you add the exponents. So it's x to the first times x to the first. You add the two invisible ones that are exponents for the x's to make x to the second. The outer, x times negative 2. Well, when you multiply a variable and a number, it's just that, the number and the variable. So x times negative 2 is negative 2x. Next is the inner. Positive 5 times x is positive 5x. And then the last, positive 5 times negative 2. Positive times a negative makes it a negative. 5 times 2 is 10. And remember, I told you that after the FOIL method is completed, you'll have to probably go back and look at these two terms right here. These are like terms. Remember, like terms have the same variable and are raised to the same exponent. These both have the variable of x, and they're both raised to the first power. We just don't write the exponents of 1 for variables, right? The coefficients are fine. They can be different. It's like saying 2 apples and 5 apples. But now you have to deal with the signs though, right? So negative 2 and a positive 5 signs are different, so you subtract them and take the sign of the larger magnitude number. So this is the product. X squared plus 3x minus 10. Okay, let's give another problem a try. Let's give another problem a try. Let's take a look at a problem such as this one. We'll do 2x plus 2, and then it's multiplied times 3x plus 5. All right, looking at this again, I see a binomial, two terms. A term is separated by a plus or minus sign. So I see two terms times another two terms. So that tells me anytime I have a binomial times a binomial, I must use the FOIL method. Of course, there are other techniques out there. You could use maybe a box method that you're taught, but it's all pretty much similar. But in this video, we're looking at the FOIL method specifically. So the first is 2x times 3x is 6x to the second. Then we have the outer, 2x times 5 is 10x. Then there's the inner, 2 times 3x is 6x. And then the last is positive 2 times positive 5 is positive 10. The two like terms are right here sitting next to each other. So we have 6x squared, bring down the positive 10, and I combine positive 10x and positive 6x to make positive 16x. So this is the product of 2x plus 2 times 3x plus 5. Okay, we should try one more. Feel free to try this one on your own. Hit pause and then work through it and then unpause it and see if your answers match up with my answers. So let's try this one. We have 5x plus 3 times 3x plus 4. Now go ahead, hit pause, and don't forget to hit the like button. And then come back and see if our steps match up and if our answer matches up. If not, go back through the video. Keep practicing the problems. Repeat it over and over and over and over, because sometimes that's what it takes. Okay, so you're back after finishing the multiplication, the FOIL method. So you should have said to yourself, 5x times 3x, doing the first, is 15x squared. And then the outer, 5x times 4 is positive 20x. The inner is 3 times 3x is 9x. And then the last should have gotten you, positive 3 times positive 4 is positive 12. You identified that these two terms are like terms because like terms have the same variable raised to the same power. They're both the x's and they're both raised to the first power. So my 15x squared comes down, my positive 12 comes down. I combine a positive 20x and a positive 9x, signs are the same, so I add them and keep the same sign to make 29x. And this is the product of 5x plus 3 times 3x plus 4. Alright, if this video has helped you, be sure to hit the like button, share with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel. Take care and have a good one.